La 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 la. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Your ears. I'll save your ears. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'll save your ears and everybody else's.
Let me put myself on Do Not Disturb. All right, we're canceling that. We don't know that.
That coffee.
The only thing I don't like, I like stuff like really hot, and they don't ever make it like as hot as I want it. All right, and we are recording.
Hello.
We are live. Back poolside. Ooh, this got a little echo. Hold on. All
What
right.
about mine?
No, you're good. No, like now it was like all us in the hole. We had an echo, but welcome back. Yo, we're kind of smoking through these episodes.
I know.
Like this is our 6th. We have like after this one 4 more. Just four. But yeah, we have 4 more. Well, let's intro this time because last episode we definitely did not.
We're like, they know us, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. y'all fam. But I'm Brittany.
And I'm Zulema.
And welcome to our podcast, 2 Cents Later.
Welcome.
We're literally here just to give our opinions on things that we see, things that in the media, music, all kinds of things. Our lives.
Others' lives.
Yeah. How was your week? How have you been since
Girl.
last week?
That's what my life is a joke. You know
Currently
those
not.
that like new trend that's going on Instagram where it's like put a photo of blah 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 blah. So it was like put a photo that's as a child that something is reminiscent now. And I put the clown.
The clown.
I'm just like, I'm a clown. That same day, I locked myself out of my apartment.
Oh my god.
I literally sat on the curb and I'm like, clown, a freaking clown. How am I supposed to get back in the house? My roommate's gone.
She's always gone.
My roommate's gone, and the management office was not opening the door. So I'm like, what do I do? Luckily, like,
But the thing is, what I can say about like apartments out here, they make it very hard for people to get into because of the homeless epidemic. Like you can't just like walk into anybody's apartment building, even in the most rinky-dink neighborhoods. They have some type of like call box on their thing because you can't just. They're not playing that part. They really.
So I literally had to wait for somebody to go in so I could at least wait in the lobby while I'm figuring it out. So apparently, this is gonna drag out. Apparently, AAA does residency unlocks.
Really?
Right?
That's good to know.
But
you have to pay for that and add that on.
My residency's in Florida because that's where I created my account.
So it didn't apply.
And because of security purposes, like no, that's your residence. We can't do somewhere else. They can only do roadside. So I'm like, what the hell? Luckily, like I remembered that I had my roommate's friend's number and she had a spare, but I had to wait like an hour. I was so mad.
That's so annoying.
That like covered for my week.
Well, I got a flat tire again.
Oh
Someone help me! I've got a flat tire. I'm so over LA.
Was it a nail?
No, this time it was. I would say this was kind of my fault, but it wasn't my fault because one, maybe I shouldn't have been getting Burger King, but I don't care. I don't care. I work out, I do a lot. If I want to eat Burger King, sometimes I'm gonna eat Burger King. But anyway, I balance, baby. But the Burger King drive-thru was so freaking tiny, and you know my one car's a bus, so I pretty much almost. I think I may have hit the drive-thru sign. And then all I heard was shh.
And then it went, you deflated on one side?
And this guy was trying to get in, so I'm in the drive-thru line though. Yeah. So this guy's like beeping his arm. I was like, relax, fat ass, have a flat. Have a fucking flat with this damn bus again. Like, so. I pulled into the parking lot. I had Kashif get AAA for me because I have no patience for any of that. Like, I don't want to be on the phone with you asking for the goddamn thing number. I don't want to do any of that. You do it tell them where I'm at. Here's the address. And I ended up like recording a skate video in the process. Still got my Burger King. Instead of doing the drive-thru, I had to walk in.
Jeez.
And
so they would just put the spare on it?
They just put the donut on it, and then there was a tire place around the corner. So
okay.
I was gonna go. The guy was like telling me, there's places around here you can get a decent tire or whatever. Mm-hmm. So there was literally a place around the corner. They gave me a tire, very good used tire for $80.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh wait, I took a shit. So hopefully he doesn't listen to this episode. But yeah. But yeah, they gave me a tire for $80, and while I was there, this guy was like, "Do you dance?" And at first I was like, "Are you trying to call me a stripper?" Like, I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "No." He's like, "You just look very athletic." Da, da, da. I was like, "Well, I'm always doing something. I used to teach." Da, 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 da. Yeah. Going on and on. And so then he was just like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I was like, "I'm hanging out with my husband and my 3 children." He was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Well," I was like, "You don't want to have mad babies. You don't want no parts of me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone." But the thing is, it's the baby. He's like, "Oh, once you said husband, it wasn't the 3 babies that deterred you." Husband. Like, they don't care. But that's like one of, I can say at least it kind of, he was one that said like, "Oh man," like I've literally had guys tell me that's just a speed bump. Yeah. Like what does that mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but that's really how my week went. Another flat tire. What else? Anything else interesting happened? Absolutely not. I can't really recall anything special happening. But do you want to get into these 2 cents topics for the week?
Sure. I'll go
first. Because beyond our life, there was a lot happening. There was a lot happening.
So my 2 cents, I didn't even tell you before. We usually talk about
I'm interested. You see me getting cozy.
My 2 cents is Sierra. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just want to be like,
did that not like give you some weird like?
It was weird.
I felt like I was watching a robot. Like
it was like the picture, the hair, the speech,
the
like,
kid rolling on the
floor, like
not helping your case at all.
There was no information that you gave to convince anybody to do this to their child. Like,
no, and that wasn't even the child that I think she gave the vaccine to. I think she gave it to Future Junior, right?
Yeah.
So,
mamas went to the White House to advocate for parents to vaccinate their child.
It was a snooky hump for me. It was a snooky hump for me. Like, this was well thought out.
I'm sorry, but like, I don't want your prayer no more, girl.
No, whatever that.
I don't want your prayer, because if your husband stood by this, I don't want him.
If he approved this bullshit,
if he approved this, I don't want him. So I don't want that prayer. I changed my mind. I'm very confused on what this was.
Damn,
I'm very confused.
It gave me like, first of all, when I first saw it, I'm not gonna lie, I was high of giraffe. So when I saw it, I was just like. Did you send it to me? I think
I might have sent you the picture with her and the first lady.
Yeah,
I might have done that.
So I was just so confused. I was like, "This isn't. Is this like for a music video?" Like I thought it was a music video at first, but no. Once I turned the audio on and realized what time it was, I was like, "Wow, this is weird." And if that child that you have rolling around the carpet is the one you just gave the vaccine to, definitely not a good candidate for this. Definitely not helping the case at all.
The comments were funny too, though.
I just don't like
mind your business, girl.
Yeah, like what were some of your favorite comments you saw?
The one like, "I don't want your prayer anymore."
Right.
"Mind your business." "How much did you get paid?"
Right. Facts.
Something ain't right. Like just like people were just like, "Nah, this ain't it. Like this ain't it, Sierra. Sorry."
No.
Sorry. Like on her comments on her page. And on like other
but my thing is like, why are they using the Black community to just like advocate for this? Because so bad? All I heard was "get lifted." When I saw her, all I heard was Kanye in my head saying "get lifted."
I was
because that
like I was.
And it's like they know which celebrities that they can get to do this for sure.
The first thing, like, and it sounds really bad. But I was just like, sell out, sell out. Like, what the hell? I'm confused. Like, highly confused. I don't think this should be. I don't think it should do that.
I saw you went on your little rant the other day
Oh, I was
about
pissed. That was that day when I saw that. I'm just like,
but this is the
oh,
whole
they got
thing.
another one. Like,
I think I've tapped out of that. Like, I can't. It's but so much I can. I feel like it's almost like if you feed it, it's gonna keep growing. At some point in
Yeah.
time, we have to just like pretend like some of this shit isn't even happening anymore.
I
because-
try to pretend until it affects what I'm doing with my
Right.
social life.
Right.
Like, I almost couldn't, like, I was meeting somebody for dinner the other day, and I almost couldn't get in because I didn't have a vaccine. Luckily, I still have my Jamaica COVID test.
Right.
That, because it needed to be, like, within the 2 weeks. So, luckily, mine fell within the 2 weeks. That
Right.
was the only way that I can get in. Other than that, I wouldn't have been able to get in. Or, like, movie theaters. Like, certain movie theaters, you have to be fully vaccinated to go. Like, I can't sit nowhere. That's when it affects me. That's when it bothers me. That's when it angers me, because these restaurants are just following. I get if they don't do that, they could be fined. I totally get that. But if so many restaurants like take a stand, it's like, no,
Right.
we're not doing that.
But
Then they have
but
no
you
other
know what?
choice.
That's how it is down here. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have it, people down here, they're not having that.
They're not.
They're not
this
having.
is LA County thing.
Yeah, this is but
Yeah.
the same way, like in New York City, opposed to Orange County, upstate, like they're not affected by what's really
Right.
happening, opposed to like how it is in New York City. And down here, like they are literally, if you drive down the park, drive down the road, the Republican Party like headquarters is right there,
Yeah.
like literally right there. Like
Yeah.
when we first moved here, maybe a week after Trump did a
The rally.
rally over here, and they had ice out here. They literally, because you know, like down here is you have a well, California in general is a huge Mexican
Yeah.
culture out here.
Mhm.
So like down here, they're not playing that. You could go into any store. I'm sure when you went to Starbucks, they weren't pressing you for a
No.
mask. They weren't doing any of that. Like it's just, I think it's the cities, like the major cities, like especially New York and LA, where they're more populated. They're really trying to control what's happening over there, and it's just like,
It don't make sense. But that's why I went on my rant the other day, because I'm just like, I've been blocked and unfollowed because of my stance on certain things. And I'm just like, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do. This is my page. Like,
right,
I'm not, like, if it's affecting me and I'm transparent, like, I'm going
Right.
to speak about it. Obviously, like, I'm not going to, like, curse people out, and, like, I'm still with do you, boo boo. Like, do what
Right.
you got to do. But
that's your choice.
now
that's
it's
your choice.
affecting my social life.
Right.
Like, I can't do what I want, and that bothers me.
But that's a lot of the reason why some people chose to get the vaccine, because they didn't
Right.
want their social life affected, you
Mhm.
know? Whereas me, one, I live down here, so I really don't
it
care.
doesn't affect you that
And
much.
two, like I'm an outdoors person, so it's just
Right.
kind of like, what can you tell me? I can't go skate down the road
Mhm.
because I don't have my vaccine. No, that's not happening. So
Right.
I just think it was just really alarming to see her up there with that snooky poof. Everything it's so
child.
many things that you got to look at, like the blonde hair, the outfit she had
It's
on,
just
the
not.
sneaky poof. It was just giving very, just trying way too hard to. It's just like, oh, this is America's. Not only is this, it's like, okay, Russell, her husband is just like a American golden boy.
Right.
She's like the now America's wife, and apparently all black women want to, or all minority women want to have what she has. Wear
Mhm.
Ciara's prayer. Every black woman wears Ciara's prayer. Like,
I just want to say Ciara is where she's at right now because of who she married. Because she has a goals couple. Like, she has goals. Like, everybody wants what Ciara
Right.
had. Like, she came from a relationship that was broken, and now all of a sudden she has this, like, angel of a man. Because
like
let's
she
be
did
real.
date Bow Wow in
Let's be
Future.
real. Like,
I don't.
if she wasn't dating Russell,
right.
what would you?
There would be no
Right,
relevancy
like
to
the
her.
like where, because everything that's ever posted is really her in relation
to her being a wife.
exactly, and a mother
Are you
and
trying
all
to
of
get
that. I mean, I love Ciara. I love her as a person until now, where it's just like,
Can I say my
Mhm.
2 cents? There's some people I just don't really like fan over the way everybody fans over there. Alicia Keys, Ciara,
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Alicia Keys.
I'm really not like.
I'm gonna tell you why I like Alicia Keys.
That's fine. Like I'm just not somebody that is just like so like, oh my god, it's elite. Like I would. I'm not impressed. Like it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to be like, whoa. The only person that really, really impresses me is Rihanna. Like, if I'm keeping it like a stack, like if we're in the realm of all those female, and honestly, I will give it to her. I can say Kim Kardashian, just on her business aspect and how she's able to like maneuver and do what she does. But I'm not really.
Let's talk about Kim Kardashian doing more than our president, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things like people like. There's the obvious that things that people are gonna be like, well, she's just this and she just got famous off of that. But what did you do with that? What she did with that is beyond applaudable. So, like I said, I'm not really and Rihanna, like everybody's gonna badger my girl about whatever. Like, you know, where's the music? Where's the music? Literally, from what I washed my face with to what makeup I put on this morning is all Rihanna. Clothes, lingerie. She's about to come out with, I think, even like linens and stuff like that. There's, and she's unproblematic. You know what I mean? So like, I just really. I'm not really impressed by much. Like Alicia Keys, Ciara, I'm not impressed by. But you can go and defend your Alicia Keys. That's my 2 cents for the day. I'll leave that as my 2 cents.
My Alicia Keys?
Your Alicia
It's not
Keys.
about her music. It's about her presence. That's what I like. Yeah, I like her presence, the way she speaks, the way she carries herself.
But what in particular?
I just feel like she has, and granted, I've never been around her, right?
What's funny is that Swiss Beats is actually is related on my mom's side. Really? Yeah, like he's been at family events, everything like that. It's very, very, very weird.
I've never been around her, so I could be wrong, right? But she has, for me, it's like a presence. And I feel like when she walks into a room, I feel like her energy is so strong that everything is gonna be okay. That's how I feel about her. Like her tone of voice, like she's very calming, she's soothing, like.
She really is a female John Legend for me.
Really? Yes. I mean, okay, I can see that. I mean, they did that versus together. Yeah. So I can see that. Yeah, I don't know. I like her approach. I like.
You like her aura?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Her music, some songs are okay, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need to go to Alicia Keys concert. I'm more so just want. Like, she's somebody I want in my...
I'm like, turn that shit off.
She's somebody I would want in, like, my friend circle. I feel like she would be
that.
A good vibe. Like,
I get it. That's how I feel about Snoop Dogg.
But if you know her, you'd understand.
No,
so, like, that's not even,
literally, like, I really would want to be... I want, like, when he calls like, Uncle Snoop, like, I really wholeheartedly wish that was my uncle. So, I would say people that I told you, people that impress me are like O.J. Simpson, Snoop Dogg, really O.J. Simpson. And one day we'll get into why O.J. Simpson really impresses me. Because
I feel like I kind of know, but I will let you explain.
Yeah, because it's just kind of like, you really, as a black man, got away with, even if you didn't do it, but I think you did, got away with killing a white woman in America. And that is like, and like there was white people that were on your side. Like, not the Jews. Not the Jews. And he got away with that. Like, that is just like mind-boggling. Like, things like that. Like, no. Like, there's a lot of celebrity, like, I don't even want to say the one that did, I might get like freaking, we might get shadow banned if I say, but like, there's a lot of celebrity women that people are like gun-ho about that I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I'm really not impressed by a lot. You know,
I'm not
you know
by
me.
Beyonce.
That's the one. Guess what? See you later, guys. This is our last episode.
Sorry, what is it? Beehive?
Yeah.
I'm literally her. I don't know who her stylist is. I don't like the way she's an amazing performer.
Yeah,
I give her that.
Beyonce is the Michael Jackson runs of performance.
I will give her
freaking given
that. But I'm talking about like I said, like Alicia Keys with the aura. I don't know.
You can't really tell. No one can give you what Beyonce really is giving them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a major assumption with her and Jay-Z, I think.
And I just feel like if if she wasn't Beyonce, right? And I saw her walking down Melrose, but oh, she cute. You know? I'm not gonna be like, yo, she's
It was fun.
bad.
It was fun, guys.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Like she's
our last
very.
Oh Zulie, we didn't want to do the pod no more.
Oh my god!
Like, cause I'm
oh my god! If you guys agree with me, because there's a lot of people who do,
no, they
but
are,
they don't
but
speak out
they
because
can't.
you can't.
You can't.
But that, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. If I'm gonna get my 2 cents, that's what it is. Sorry. If they give me free tickets to see Beyonce, I would go. I'm not paying for a Beyonce concert though.
I pay for Beyonce concerts, but not like
Rihanna though.
No, I pay for Rihanna. Usher is literally one of my favorite performers to watch. Chris Brown is one of my favorite performers to watch. Who else was really good? Miguel's really good. The Weeknd sounds exactly
really
how he sounds.
Really, I've never seen him in person.
Okay, worst performer I've ever seen. Most boring performer I've ever seen. Y'all gonna hate me for this one. And I love her aura and I love everything about her. Jhené Aiko. Oh,
I could see that.
My God.
I could see that though.
I wanted to shoot myself in the fucking nose. Because it was so boring. She's like, it smells like weed in here. No shit. Like, you're at Madison Square Garden.
Was it just solely her?
No, she opened up for the Weeknd. Okay. It was Jhené Aiko, Schoolboy Q, who was absolutely, but I'm West Coast biased when it comes to rap. Yeah. I'm very West Coast biased but she's West Coast too. But Jhené Aiko, Schoolboy Q, and the Weeknd. Or was it Jhené Aiko, Schoolboy Q, and J. Cole? I know they too opened up for some concert I was at. It was either the Weeknd or J. Cole. J. Cole, I adore him. I love him as a performer. But she was extremely.
I can see that though, because her voice is very like she's.
It just felt like you were like.
Yeah, she definitely has those vibes.
Yeah,
and I can tell that she doesn't sound the same in person.
No, not at all.
Because I've seen her, but like on YouTube and stuff.
Right.
I've seen videos of her, and she's just like, oh, okay, like
she
can get by, but it's not.
No, it's just she's somebody you just wait for the music to come out, enjoy it for what it is. But I would never consciously pay for Jhené Aiko unless she was performing 2028 or 2028 Part 2 with Big Sean, because that is like one of my favorite albums that has ever come out. You've heard the album before? Yeah, listen to them. They have a dual album. They have a co-album where they're basically it's literally one of my favorite albums. And y'all need to come out with a second part of that because that album was so good.
Are they still together?
Yeah, I love them together.
Because I listened to the None of Your Concern. Where she talks about their relationship, how they broke up, and then he has a verse all the way at the end. It came out maybe.
No, I think they got back together now.
Really, I think they got back together after that. But I played that song out.
I love them together. I think he's beautiful, but I think I do have a type. Like I just really love if you're brown with a beard and you like cute, like that's just my thing. Like I love brown skinned men with beards. I married one.
I like brown skinned men with beards too.
But think about all the. Hold on.
Pause.
So.
I don't know what she's about to say.
All right, so someone like Kyrie Irving, I love him. He's beautiful. Big Sean.
I wish she was single.
They all kind of are in that same realm of God, nice thick beard.
Yeah.
Perfect brown, perfect shade of brown. Yeah, girl. Kyrie got other things on his plate worth than worried about. I don't even see him as a man, even if he was single, to be out in these streets looking for people. I feel like he
has a whole baby.
Yeah, but I just feel like he's somebody that's just I don't even give myself to women this way. I could see him being that way. Yeah. So even if he was single, finding him, he's not. He's a unicorn.
And his girlfriend is very great.
She's gorgeous. Leave them. They're good.
How about Kim Kardashian and Pete though? I feel like she's Courtney married. a white guy with tattoos, or not married, is dating one. So maybe I should too.
That's what the whole internet is saying, is that like she's literally only doing it because of course that's not your bag. Like that's not your bag. You're right with me with the Browns. You like what I like, girl. So
It don't make sense.
I don't know. Maybe she's
I
trying
feel
to have
she
a
needs
good
to be
time.
single. She's a woman that like she has to be in a relationship.
But there are people like that.
I know. And she needs to not be, because that's why she gets married for 72 days and gets divorced.
I feel water signs are like that. I feel water signs are completely like
they need to be in a relationship.
Like they have to be in a relationship no matter what it is. And I think as an earth sign, I think once I get into a relationship, it's mostly for the long haul. It's not really like the quick thing. You fire signs, y'all are just like for the shits. Like y'all just where maybe I'll be in a relationship, maybe I don't. Maybe I want like
no, literally, was it yesterday?
Air signs are just kind of like in between, whatever happens.
I woke up and I woke up like literally half sleep, half awake, and I'm like, ew, I don't want to wake up next to somebody.
Really?
Like, who says that? And then later in the day,
that's weird. I feel like one day you're gonna grow out of that.
I know, but it was a hot second, because later that day I'm like, I just want to be loved.
Yeah, but I think that's a natural, normal person thing. But I just don't think like
it was such a sad thought.
Like I think that a lot of like I think what's weird, right, is that 30s is like a woman's prime. So like I feel like being that, but the reason why that is like your sexual endurance, like everything about you is kind of like at its peak, because like this is the window. This is like your closing window, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like, does that last? Like, how long does that last till it be like, because I was just saying, I literally was talking to my mom, and I was just like, yo, I don't know how people like, be like, oh, they'll post 30, no kids, 38, no kids. Like, do you know how beautiful it is to have these babies? Like, I get like, I think there's beauties in both. Like I know how to be alone, so I can understand the beauties in being single. But I know that when I get older, I want my kids coming home from school, and I want this and that. And I just think a lot of people just like make it seem like having a family or having kids is just like bad at 30, like or in your 30s. Like it's a very normal thing, and I think men who are like 38, 36 and you don't have kids, that shit is a kind of red flag to me. Yeah. I think that like that's a red flag. Like, why are you not at a point in your life where, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. It's just odd to me when I see people bragging about like not having children. I'm just like, what do you want to be 40 at a goddamn kindergarten orientation? Like, that's just really not my thing. I don't know.
I'm more so proud that I don't have like
a baby daddy.
Yeah. That's something like it just didn't work out. I mean, life happens. It is what it is. But I'm glad that didn't happen to me.
Right.
Do I want to be a mom? Well, I go back and forth about it, but I also think it's okay to not want to be a mom. But I do want to be a mom.
Right.
But I do have friends that are just like, no, it's not for me. And people are like, oh, but that's so selfish. And I'm like, but is it? Because she genuinely doesn't want to be a mom. Would it be selfish of her to bring a child into this earth that she doesn't even feel like she's fit to be? That's more.
I do believe that there are some women that really should not, like you're at a point where having children may not. Yeah, I agree with that. But I do think there are some women that probably don't see it in the cards for them, and start to tell themselves that they don't want it just so that they're not expecting it. Does that make sense? Like, oh well, I don't want. Well, I'm already this age. I don't even want kids because I think that a lot of women some women try to convince themselves of that because they just don't see the husband, the this, the that in the cards for them anytime soon.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. But I also think
leave a
it's
comment if
okay
you
to
guys
not.
agree, or it's perfectly fine. I don't think that everybody should be parents. A lot of
Yeah.
people are not fit to be parents. Like a lot of people, this world is fucked, and the way that some people think now is just completely like outrageous. Some people can't even fathom not drinking for 9 months, 10
Right.
months, not smoking for 9-10 months, not partying for 9-10 months, not being on the scene for 9-10 months. Some people can't
Yeah.
that's more important to you. But for me personally, looking at them little girls and having that shit is just it's it's a blessing that you don't know until you've been in it.
And I believe
And I think that a lot of people, like, if you had your own kid, if you had your own family, if you had all that, you would look at it and be like, damn, how could I even remotely fathom not having this in my life?
I do have another friend who, like, she didn't see kids, and she's been in a relationship for maybe 5 years now, and kids just weren't in their plans. And this is a friend who I never thought would even, like, settle down.
Right.
And she settled down. She's been with this person for like 5 years, and she's pregnant now. And I'm just like, well, how do you feel? And she was like, you know, the old me crept up because I have plans. Like, I want to go on vacation. I want to do this, and it just came at a wrong time. And I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. And she's like, but then I heard the heartbeat. And she was like, this is for me. Like, this is my time. This is for me. Like, this is everything that I want. And I'm just like, that is beautiful.
Right.
And she's like, I don't know why I was thinking of myself.
Like, being completely transparent with the twins, I was completely thrown off. Like, I even before I even knew that they were twins.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I wanted to do. But as soon as, like, I didn't even need to hear a heartbeat. As soon as I, like, knew that I was pregnant, I just consciously just, like, these are my, like, it's just a connection that either you get or you don't. Because it's not even, I can't say, some women have been programmed differently, but I just feel like me knowing you, I know when that time comes, you're just going to be like, I don't even know how I could fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my friends. Like, I know who I have friends that I don't think should have kids. Like, there's one person, like, I have a few people that we know that I just think should stay childless. Like, raise a fish.
Some dogs, maybe.
No, not even. But
oh, it just clicked.
Right. So I get that, but at the same time, I do think that when that time comes, there's a lot of people that, and I've seen it, a lot of our friends that have had babies, even me, I was somebody who was very prone on, like, just living my life a certain way. And when I had my own children, it's just like, yo, like, I can't fathom my life without them.
Right.
But I don't know. Everybody's in due time. I just don't get niggas bragging about, like, not having kids at 38 years old. Like,
I mean, I already know I've already come to terms that I ain't trying to look like a grandma in the park.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to not be the grandma in the park. But if you already look that old, like, if you're 40, like, by the time your child is 10, you're gonna be 50. You gonna be the grandpa.
But that's what I'm
on the court.
But who the
like,
hell
with the weak knees
wants to be 45 with a 5-year-old? Yo?
I know. But the reality is that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me, girl.
How old Kalani's gonna be? Kalani's gonna be 15.
She's going to babysit. This is, like, who else am I gonna ask?
There's nobody else. Yeah. Yo.
She's gonna be like, I'm in high school. You want some extra money?
Yeah. You gotta go.
Little babysit. The little things.
The little primas.
Please, because I'm not gonna trust any other little high schoolers. So.
No. And she'll be learning she'll know full Spanish to teach your kids too. So there you go.
Me and my sister my sister wants to have 3 kids. I see my sister's baby and I'm like, okay, I can see it sometimes for me. Because she's literally my favorite kid.
Right.
But
I can see your sister with, like, 4 or 5 kids.
Really?
I'm not even gonna lie.
She wants 3, so she wants them, like, 2 years apart. She knows that she's already setting herself for a hard time. But
yeah.
My sister, TMI, she produces a lot of breast milk.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have, like, so much that she gives it away. Like, she has freezers full.
Wow.
Like, she gives it away. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have a kid in 2 years. I was like, we're gonna skip the second one because I don't know if I could breastfeed, like because of my breast reduction.
Right.
I don't know if I could breastfeed. So, and I want to breastfeed. I didn't think about that when I was 19.
Right.
So
But see, these
like,
are all the things that like. But even going into like all these surgeries and things, like, are you guys even realizing that your weight completely changes when you have a baby and all this?
everything changes. I mean, everything has already changed. So I'm like, let's plan for the third one because I have a 50-50 chance of breastfeeding. So if you're producing this much milk by the third one, then you're gonna have to ship me some breast milk.
Right.
Like we gonna get pregnant around the same time,
and then I can have
you're
my
gonna be
milk
my supplier.
My supplier.
You're gonna be my supplier. We already planned it that way. We'll see how that goes. So far, I'm still single. So.
Listen, but that's the thing. You're not looking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not your goal. So
like I literally woke up this morning. Not this morning, but a few mornings ago. I'm like, I don't know if I want to wake up next day.
That's not to say that like every day I want to sleep next to somebody, but I couldn't imagine like I don't know, like I prefer it. Like I prefer it. I prefer, and not even on some like just having a man. Like that's my friend before anything. You get what I'm saying? Like last night we were watching the finale of BMF, and I was like coming in. I was like, can you make me my pizza that's like already in the thing? And so like I'm half asleep eating. He's like, yo, big mamas, get up and go to sleep. Like he's like, go get up and go to the bed. He's like, I'm like, but I'm still hungry. He was like, no. He's like, you can't be chewing with your eyes closed. But him, all I heard was, yo, big mamas, get up. Like, but that's just like just having that, like in the like. Just having that, I wouldn't trade. Even when he gets on my fucking nerves, even when he drives me nuts, even when he's just showing me the craziness of an Aquarius, and I'm showing him how real my gangster is as a Taurus. I still love him, and I still like having that like companionship.
Yeah, companionship. I feel that. One day.
I wanted to get into. I think this is going to be a long-winded topic, I feel.
Yeah.
But there's another topic that I want to get to. Do you want to do the baby first, or do you want to do the Kyle Rittenhouse first?
Oh.
Which one are we going to go to?
The baby we're talking about relationships.
So we'll save Kyle for last. So.
Narcissist?
What, the baby?
Yeah.
We could give narcissist. We could give gaslighter. We could give but this is multi-leveled for me because even her, there's parts of her that I don't like. But what we're talking about is, I don't know if any of you guys seen, but the baby and Danny Lay had a whole baby mama, baby daddy blowout with their 3-month-old on Instagram Live this past week, which was absolutely, utterly disgusting in my opinion.
It was heartbreaking too, though. Like, I didn't want to see that. I didn't like that at all. On both ends, I didn't like it at all.
Okay, so let's start with the baby first.
Okay.
So I feel like somebody who had just came off of all of the nonsense that you just came off of with the whole LGBT thing, I feel like you should be treading as lightly as possible. This was unnecessary. I felt like when your people told you to turn the camera off, you should have turned the camera off. You could have had that same footage without it being on live. You get what I'm saying? Because now it's performative. You saying that you're trying to protect yourself from her doing anything. I want to show y'all. I want to record this. So da-da-da-da.
We don't need to see it, though.
We don't need to see it.
If you're trying to protect yourself, then you show that to the authorities. If you called the authorities, like that's your proof to them, not to us.
You don't have to prove to us anything.
We don't have to do that. That could have happened behind closed doors. And what makes me sad about it is that this is the internet, and you are somebody that's gonna live there forever. And that child is gonna see that eventually.
Not even that child. You also have
exactly. How my dad was treating this woman.
What's hypocritical on both of their ends, though, is just like, I just think it's so fun. And do you remember how they were both like just upping how she was light skinned, and she was kind of like making it seem like she took the baby from his baby mother and all that stuff like that. And it's like, okay, after all that, now look where the hell y'all are. You know what I mean? Like, this is after all that bragging and boasting and all that shit. You thought you was gonna change him. And that's a lot of women. Y'all think that you're the one that's gonna change this person. No, this is a whole man who has probably already had an ego before he became famous. You can tell that.
Yeah.
And fame has done nothing but amplified that shit to the zillionth power, in my opinion.
For sure.
He should have left. Yeah. He should have left. If your main goal was to keep the peace and not, you should have got your shit and you could have left. Her being there doesn't mean nothing. You have security there, whatever the case. Her being there means zero.
Right.
He should have got up and removed himself from that situation. How are you going to put this girl say, well, I need you up out of my, whatever the situation is, that looks bad. You saying that you need her up out of your house with a brand new baby, that looks bad.
And then having these people like, oh, right, she don't live here? Oh, right this, oh, right that. And these people are like, yeah.
And then calling her a side bitch.
And then she had to go on and defend herself like, oh, is this a side bitch? Like, would you do this for a side bitch? Like, I don't know what's true and what's not at this point.
I don't care. I don't care what's true, what's not. What I care about is that y'all are too grown to be acting this disgusting in front of a brand new baby. Right. I didn't. It shouldn't have been broadcasted like that. That was so. And then the baby mother coming out of the woodworks. I can't stand women that like make it seem like, well, he always gonna come back to me. You allow him to. Right. That's nothing to be proud of. That's absolutely nothing to be proud. You,
especially seeing the shit of a person that he is, and you're so proud that he's coming back to you,
and how much shit that he publicly puts you through. He makes you look like a clown. She's brown skinned. Shorty makes a song about being light skinned and bragging being about with your man, and he's amping it. He said, oh, I got this pretty yellow bone. I got this Dominican mommy. Why are you even allowing him to come back to you?
Right. He has complete power over all of them.
All of them. My thing is that as parents, they are all handling this completely disgustingly. But I just didn't like. The only thing that really like had me feeling bad for Danny was you just had a baby, and those emotions, everything that you're dealing with mentally and physically. To add that shit on top of that shit is abusive. That shit is abusive. That shit is honestly abusive. Yo, people always forget, someone can break your spirit inside of that domestic violence. Yeah. Spiritually, you can be broken and lose faith in that's how, what do you mean? White thing. Girls are sitting here talking about some damn Sierra prayer. Because you lost faith in love. You lost faith in there being a good man. That's having your spirit broken.
Right. Yeah. It's going to take a long time for her to bounce back from that. With a child. 3 months.
And then you were doing your best to keep the baby off the internet. This bozo goes and posts the baby.
That made me so mad. And he's gum chewing with the baby. Like, it just literally disgusted me. Like that's evil to me. That's so evil.
It's evil because, like I said last episode, sometimes it's not you punching somebody in the face that hurts. Right. Actions, words, all that should be hurting so much more. I promise you.
Yeah, she wouldn't have come on to social media and had to defend herself and all of that if it wasn't for him, because she was keeping all this. Right. Yeah, there was drama behind it, but she was keeping all this private.
She was
doing pregnancy private. Like everything was. She did what she had to do.
And even if she was a side bitch, she played a good side bitch for you because she kept everything under.
Exactly. And now you said no. That is. And whoever decides to get with this man after this
is a bozo.
Oh my God!
But you know there's gonna be somebody because at the end of the day, these girls are looking for. First of all, think about it. If we live out here, we already know how these girls give it up. They're looking for somebody to be around for the come up. You hear what I'm saying? Like that's all that is.
That's why they're like all here with the nails done. They're all at the parties. Blah blah blah. Like. They just want to be saved. They want to be courtside. They don't really like. They don't like. Sad. It's sad because at the end of the day, like, they know why you're here.
Right.
They know why you look like this. They know why you're here. And at the end of the day, you're looking for love. They're not looking for that.
No.
They're not looking for that. They just want the baddest of the baddest. And you're not the only one.
Especially out here.
Especially out here, you're not the only one.
First of all, the women being fine and in shape and all of that is actually a dime a dozen out here.
Everywhere.
Like, I hate to say it, but we're everywhere.
Everywhere. Whole Foods?
Everywhere.
Walmart?
I can literally go out like this and see a million other girls dressed like this with me today, and it not be a problem. Yeah. And you ever realize how you don't hear like, yo, shorty, da da da? Because they're used to seeing us half naked out here.
Yeah. That's very true.
You ever think about that? Yo. So the most I get is at a gas station. Like the gas station is where they're
usually that's true. I usually get in the car, like they'll be driving by, like, hey,
yeah,
nice car too. Hey,
yeah, I'm telling you.
What's your name? I'm like,
But or at the gas station, like this guy was adamant, like, yo, man, he's like, let me just pump my. He's like, you're too pretty to pump gas. Like, I'm like, it's fine, it's okay, I can do it. Thank you. Like, he's like, no, I'm gonna pump that for you. You don't gotta get your hands dirty. Da, da, da. I was like, yo, but that's where they're just. It's not like you're just walking down the street thing. Like, it's just kind of like you end up in certain spots and it's just like, okay, like, let me take my opportunity here. But
you know what makes me sad that we're on like this topic is that because we're around all these type of women, they generalize all of us as if we're all looking for the same thing. Yeah. So like, I get people in my DMs they're like, yo, let me take you out to eat, let me get your toes done, let me buy you this, let me buy you that. Sir, I do my own. Like, does it look? But that's how they pitch it because that's what most women want out
there.
But
like I told you, a guy like he's like at the tire place. The first thing he's saying, "Oh, you live down there. Oh, you got a Nobu by you." Okay.
Cool.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they think like it's very pretentious out here,
and then they feel like they need to overwork, or if they can't provide
upsell themselves.
Yes.
They upsell themselves a lot. Like when dude was talking to me, I was like, you definitely still live home with your parents. You probably have a nice car, but you definitely still live home with your parents. Like,
or like
I can tell. Yeah, for sure.
You probably sleep on the couch too.
No, he definitely gave like my parents have money and I still live with them. 100%.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of like, I wouldn't say LA men. I would just say men who live in LA. Yeah, because there's a lot of people who come into LA.
Right.
I don't feel like LA natives really.
No.
Or at least men.
If I was to have to pick between a man like LA City or I definitely want to be with a gangbanger. I definitely would want to be with a gangbanger. I would not want to be with anybody like, oh yeah, sorry LA men, but listening to them talk like at events is like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, you don't like their accent?
No. It's not that I don't like. I love like the hood dude's accent, 100%. Yeah. But I don't like regular like. I'm trying to make it into something like the TikTokers, I'm somebody always. They over talk like they talk so much like, and I'm not used to men being so chatty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you've met my dad and Kashif are very similar, and they speak when it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really just feel like, oh well, because I have a mouth, I should be speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guys out here,
they need to set their place in a room.
Right. They're just like, and I'm like, what? Can you shut the fuck up?
I'm not listening.
I'm not listening. Like,
I'm not listening.
I'm literally not. And it's honestly making me uncomfortable that you are chatting this much.
Yeah, I feel you.
Ooh, the sun will come out
today.
Every day it is sun. LA, there'll be sun.
For the people who listen to this, because they could not see that there's actually the sun just came
right.
out.
The sun is. It really does. My thighs are like baking now.
Yeah, that's because it's heading towards noon. Once we hit the noon, the sun starts beating.
But yeah, I'm the baby. If you don't want to be famous no more, just say that, because I don't like. From what I'm seeing, you doing a whole lot of at all. No, and you have daughters. Like, you should be.
And that's the sad part.
The good part about being a good dad is being a good man to the mother of your children, despite
Right.
what the situation is.
Right. Like, would you want your daughter to deal with a you?
Right.
Absolutely not. You'd be pissed.
And what's crazy is that women, and I think men do too, because sometimes like there's certain things that me and Kashif mom do that like are very similar. Like
Right.
me and her are huge into like planning and like gardening and stuff like that. She's a Virgo, so it's kind of like, as much as like I try to like deny how similar certain things we are, but like we're very similar. But Kashif and my dad are very similar. You know what I'm saying? I feel a lot of times like when you'll see your parent in a lot of your partner, like of the opposite sex, and I think men do the same thing with their moms, and vice versa. But you don't want your girls to pick a you. Do you want them to be like, just being good to your daughters doesn't mean like, then now have them think like, oh, are you only good to me because I'm a kid when I get older, or am I supposed to let men treat me this way and just be good to my kids?
Right.
You know, like it's all
because if they're growing around that environment, they're gonna think that that's how they should be treated. They're gonna think it's okay.
So like my dad never put his hands on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his whole reason, like he would always like my brothers would get spankings, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
His whole reason was like, if I start putting my hands on her, she's gonna start thinking it's okay for other men to put their hands on her. You get what I'm saying? So I've always, even with my kids, they don't get spankings, they don't get anything like that. I could take the iPad away from Kalani and she'll have a fucking meltdown. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't need to physically put hands on you to prove my point. You know?
I agree with that.
I just pray for Danny Lay. More than anybody, I pray for that baby. Mm-hmm. And I pray the baby gets his shit together, because honestly, I ain't liking what you giving 2021. It's giving very much problematic. It's giving very much ghetto. It's giving very much just
narcissist. That's literally
a narcissist. Yeah.
And that's not good.
Well,
there's that.
Are we ending off with this Kyle thing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's wrap this up, because I don't even really feel like talking about this shit. I'm gonna be real. So, were you surprised at the verdict in any way, shape, or form?
No. I wasn't surprised. I wish that it had went another way, obviously, but
I can say I kind of had a little bit surprising me because the victims were white. He's not a cop. Like, this kid isn't a cop. It's not like you have any...
The reason why I was surprised, and this has nothing to do with race either, you killed somebody.
Right.
You showed up somewhere
with the intention,
regardless if it was self-defense. There was nobody there who...
You shouldn't have even had that weapon there.
Because you were already going in there with the intention to possibly shoot. And you killed people. So there should have been at least
the fact that the internet knows that you're an avid gun lover is an issue with me.
Yeah.
Like I don't get like, why is that even like appropriate? Like, why aren't these things being taken into consideration? Like, are we? But I'm gonna be real. Call it conspiracy theory or whatever you want. I feel like let's get the people in the uproar about this, because we got something else that we don't want them to really know about. I always say, because there was the trial for
Ghislaine or whatever.
Yeah. There was that trial, so all of that was swept. Well, let's not worry about the child pedophilia and all that stuff. Let's worry about the 17-year-old boy who was a freaking riot terrorist, pretty freaking much.
Yeah, I just think that there should have been some sort of charge. Maybe not life, but he should have done some sort of time, because he showed up with the intention and he killed people. He killed 2 people? Mm-hmm. Murder's murder. I feel like he should have, but he didn't. But like I said, if his name was Dante Williams and he was the same exact scenario, he would have done something.
And that's the part that I don't like, is that his name is bigger than the person that they were protesting for. Jacob Blake isn't even on the radar anymore. It's all about this kid, and if he's gonna get the justice that we're worrying about the justice and the injustice that he's about to receive,
and we still haven't got justice for the other.
And the whole Elijah, I forgot the last name, the boy. they gave his family $15 million. Like, that's supposed to just put a Band-Aid
Right.
over. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just kind of like, what annoyed me, I'm sorry, my thoughts are everywhere, because what annoyed me the most was how every president, y'all haven't been anywhere else. We haven't heard from Kamala in God knows how long. But to keep everybody, and we don't want y'all rioting, we don't want y'all to do this. Now all of a sudden we popped up. Where have you been this entire time?
Right.
Where have you been this entire time? She'll be the first black woman to get presidential to get presidential power and all this stuff like that. Who fucking cares? You haven't been doing anything with your VP power. The president hasn't been doing anything with the power that he has. So what are we talking about at this point? I think all these things happen just to cause inflammation between Americans, because it's not even, I don't even think it's a black and white thing now. It's more of a government and versus the civilians now. You get what I'm saying? I think that's just what it is. And when we start looking at it like that, because obviously he got away with, and they were saying like he was an avid like supporter of the police and all this stuff like that, and it's just like, so what are we going against each other for when none of us are safe at this point? Like, I don't know.
I feel like as long,
yo, my thigh is on fire. Look at this.
Yeah, I can see it's red. I feel like, I don't know. I don't really know how to word it, but I feel like as long as insecurities exist, there's always going to be these types of issues, because I feel like people of power have some sort of insecurities within themselves. And I'm not talking about all police officers. I'm talking about most police officers have some sense of insecurities.
Let me tell you something. A lot of the police officers that came from my high school were a bunch of losers. I'm not even trying to be a jerk. Like, I'm gonna be real. A bunch of people. Yeah, like now you have the power. It's kind of like the kid who got picked last for dodgeball now being the gym teacher. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. And it's just y'all are a bunch of people who got picked last, got picked on, and now you're trying to go and inflict that power to flex. It's a flex.
Right.
Oh my God.
And again, we're not speaking about all people, but
no, not all, because there are people that
they're actually out there.
There are great cops that I appreciate, that like go back to their community, comprehend what's going on, and know how to diffuse situation instead of igniting them. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of that, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, you can't forget about the ones that are out there on some fuck shit, you know. So. And I would like for, if you're a good police officer, to call out your people. Yeah, but they're not gonna do. They're not gonna do that.
They're not. No, I'm not saying like out them like on social media, but like
it's a cool kids club. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I prayers to the family of Jacob Blake. I hope that everybody who was affected by his death can find some type of way to grieve, because this isn't helping at all, in my opinion. At all.
And who knows what's gonna come about next week? I just feel like every week is
something new.
But it gives us something to talk about. So,
well, we got a couple more minutes left. I want to go. Let's do a random. This is random. We're completely off. But I wanted to talk about songs that are really popular that I cannot stand. And the first one that comes to my mind is Miss Independent by Neo. I hate that.
You're gonna say something like recent.
No, like every time I hear, because it keeps coming on my show. Why don't I just delete the song on my iPod? Because there's songs that I use for like my working out, like classes and stuff like that. But that Miss Independent, that's why I love her. Music. I hate that song.
I always hear it in the malls.
Happy by Pharrell. I hate that song. I honestly think that's a song you hear right before you enter hell from Purgatory. Like, I feel like that's the song. I feel like that's the song of Purgatory.
God.
That song gives Purgatory. Like, I cannot stand that song.
Now I'm trying to think of songs that really get under my skin that I gotta change.
Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It.
Yeah.
I hate that song. What else?
I don't know. You kind of put me on the spot, and I know later I'm gonna think about it like, yo, this song
sucks. Yeah, those are just like kind of like my songs that I cannot stand hearing.
Yeah.
Like they get on my last entire nerve.
You gotta change it quick.
Yeah, I gotta change. Like skip that. Or this is a throwback song. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. I want to shoot myself. But it's not even that part. It's when it comes up. I don't know what it is that you've done to me. I cannot stand.
I think people just like outplay songs that like are kind of generic now.
Oh, Chris Brown's. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Girl, I wanna. Yeah.
I love Chris Brown, but no. They play that
Riri,
out.
I love you. I love you. You know me and you are here. But where have you been all my life? Where have you been all my life? Yo, I cannot stand. I cannot stand that song. But Miss Independent, hands down, is the worst song ever written.
Really?
I
played
hate
that
that
when
song.
it first came out.
Oh no, your girl. Have you ever tried sleeping with a broken heart? Because I'm sleeping in my bed. Alicia Keys.
Oh, yes.
I fucking hate that song.
Yeah.
I hate that song. Oh God. I hate that song. But let us know what songs y'all hate.
Do you agree?
Or do you agree that these songs suck? Because they freaking do. I can't. Oh damn.
She's about to lose.
Save.
They cut off.
Yeah, hold on. Not yet. Yeah, let us know what songs y'all hate. I'm trying to. There was one that just popped in my head too. Damn. I completely forgot, but there was another one. Bootylicious by Destiny Child.
Oh,
it drives me nuts. Oh, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. I cannot.
And then when it plays, then I have it stuck in my head.
Yes, and then Beyonce goes, it's TikTok when I dance. So
yeah, like then it's stuck in my head, and I'm like, damn, I don't want this.
I can't stand that song. I'm trying to think, and it's nothing against these like artists.
They had their good run, but
they're
after
great.
a while,
like these are some of my favorite artists, but their songs these are songs that just like, yo, New York State of Mind. I could never listen to that song.
In New.
That is hands down one of the worst songs ever created. I hate that song so bad.
Oh my god! I mean, it just played out too, but I have my moments where I'm like, concrete jungle.
See, I think no.
I'm like, yes.
No, and I'm like, no, stop.
But I can't unsee Lil Mama jumping on stage. Every time that song comes on, I can't unsee Lil Mama jumping on stage. She felt that in her soul.
She knew she had to be there.
She's like, this was written for me.
What touched your heart? Like, what touched your heart about it? Like,
concrete jungles where dreams are made of.
Sit down. Sit down.
That's the Empire State of Mind. She felt that so much that she had to jump on stage.
She needs to have a whole seat for sure because that was a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my songs that I
You know what? If I think of some next time,
yes, please.
It'll be my turn.
Yeah, please give us a list of the songs that you just
I gotta
can
listen to the radio a little bit though. But I don't listen to shit.
I've been listening. Oh, here's my 2 cents. I downloaded Will Smith's audiobook. Will, I want my money back.
Do you?
I
want the hard copy.
I think I might have to read it because
is it his voice?
Yes,
okay.
Listening to it, I want to shoot myself. 1, it's 16 hours long. 2, I don't want to hear about like, you know what it is. A lot of these celebrities, like himself, they try to like they try to spoon feed you their truth. They give you what they want. I can tell like you're holding back a lot of the truth. Like you're making this very PG of what happened in your life. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he may have had a bad life, but it's just like there's probably something else you can talk about here than you being afraid and you wearing cowboy boots as a kid. Like I really don't. It's giving like, oh well, I was a scared little kid, and okay, cool. Like I don't know. It's just not.
I do want the hard copy though.
I'll try, but even
book.
it's cute in my in the shelves.
And
Michelle Obama's.
Jada's coming out with one too. She has to.
Michelle Obama's book. I tried that one. I'm so sorry. It's just certain people like. I love who you represent as a Black figure, but I just can't get into the book right now. I'm so sorry. It's very boring. The audiobooks I listen to are just kind of like Kevin Hart's one was really good. Sometimes I listen to like hood books. I'll listen to like hood books where it's like sex, drugs, and crime. Like I rather stuff like that.
Like murder mystery books.
Murder mysteries, like the stuff like that, and like pretty much novellas that you're listening to. Exactly. Like I love that.
But I can't my attention goes in and out audio. Like I literally have to have like the physical.
No, I like the audio like when I'm like doing Instacart and stuff like that. Like I'll just listen to something.
See, I'll be like, oh wow. Like I'll just look and like, oh wow, this is on sale today, and I'll forget that I'm listening to something.
Yo, like sometimes I'll forget depending on what it is.
And
but
then I
I'll
gotta bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm just not impressed by his book so far. Maybe
well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm not impressed.
That is good to know.
But is there anything else we wanted to touch on?
No, I think that's it, really. I can't really think of anything else. I do want to apologize for the airplanes, though, because I feel like they picked up a little bit, at least on the visuals. We're outside, so there's only so much that we can do.
Yeah, and I like the outside. Like, it's still November. It's about to be 85 degrees today.
It's about to be December. Let's be real.
No, that's a
December's
fact.
What, next week?
Next week.
Next week.
Thanksgiving's this week coming up, so. Yeah. What are your plans for the holidays? What are you doing Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I'm probably just going to hang out with my friend.
Possibly.
I don't know. That's still up in the air. I'm not really big on Thanksgiving, though.
Yeah.
I have my...
Yeah.
Are
you gonna be here? Oh, so I wanted to tell you, I'm letting all my friends know we're definitely going to Vegas for my birthday. So I said it on the podcast. We're going to Vegas for my birthday. That's 5 months from now.
Okay, that's cool.
But I think we'll have a blast in Vegas, and that will definitely be a great story time for the podcast because. It's right there. We could literally just drive.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
road
down for
trip
Vegas. I've never actually been to Vegas, but I'm going home for Christmas.
For Christmas till New Year's?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
I haven't decided, but for sure
I'm going home the 20th of January.
Okay.
And I'm not elated about that. I'm not gonna lie. But my friend is having a really dope party idea.
This is her
30th.
Okay.
And she's having a 20s theme birthday party. So it's gonna be super dope. I already looked at some outfits for that.
20s, I like that.
Yeah, so a Great Gatsby theme, So
I love that.
I'm excited for that. But I'm really just thinking about I think I'm gonna fly in the day before and leave the day after the party. I don't really see myself staying long.
I'm gonna get there at night the day before.
Yeah,
I'm really bright and early.
The day after, because December, when we went last December, January, it was
really cold.
Freezing. It was 11 degrees when we were out there.
Yeah.
So. Well.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's that.
So there's that. But other than that, yeah. So I think that's everything we touched on this episode. Oh, I did wanted to say though, I'm not impressed with this season of Insecure. We can talk about that we'll talk about it next episode because I really feel like they're rushing us out. Let's wrap this up. It's giving
I already don't like 20-minute episodes, but
they're getting even shorter.
If you're gonna rush, you just throw the whole season out. Just put the whole season out. So I can watch it and go my day.
Right, because right now
I can't be waiting every Sunday for 28 minutes
to mediocre. It's mediocre in my opinion, but
I hope it gets better though.
Leave your comments. How do you feel about how Insecure is going right now? Because me personally, it's giving mediocre. BMF finale, I saw that. That was absolutely amazing. It was so good. Power Book 2 comes back on tonight as well. So I'm going to watch that. But BMF, Lil Meeks, you did your thing, baby. You did your thing. I ain't even going to lie to you. That was a great series, and I can't wait for season 2. But that's everything that I really wanted to talk about. I think we got a mouthful this episode.
We're just gonna let that pass
yeah, but that's everything that I think I wanted to talk about this episode. We touched on. Oh, I wanted to touch on Britney Spears too, but oh my God,
Yeah. That's
we can do that next episode.
Yeah.
Britney, bitch. Maybe we'll name it that or some shit like that. Yeah, because I'm proud. I'm happy for her. I'm excited for her. But other than that, that's our podcast. This is definitely going on long, and you guys don't even know the frustration it is to even upload these long ass visuals. So please watch them. Please go send them to people who don't listen to podcasts, because part of me is like about to name these things, snip the visuals, and just make this audio. But I'm trying to be consistent in something. So no, I don't. We're recording something. When I mean I can't make it up, I can't make it up. Should I do it again? This is frustrating. Okay, but that's everything that I think I wanted to touch on. I think next episode we'll touch on the Britney Spears situation, because I definitely want to. I'm so happy for her. Other than that, I think that's everything. I think we did a great job.
Yeah.
Sorry if it's like chopped up some, because
there's a lot that's just happening.
There's just a lot that's happening right now. But other than that, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Zulema.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.